Like everyone in chat right now just about is a subscriber because of that damn hype train a couple nights ago. That was pretty fun. All right, so let's do a quick beginner lesson. And I thought for today's lesson, we don't do this very often. Let's just take a look at a game. Um, Tango Shark. So I was watching Shark Fox Panda's stream the other night, and let's see, he played a couple games. Ooh, half point game there. That sounds fun. Let's check out this 19 by 19 game. I think this is the one I was watching. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so let's just do a quick review of this. Because this is like two 20Ks playing. Um, oh, really? Versus Andre was wild? I haven't seen that one. Um, yeah, Exalted Toast is running about 20K right now. Shark Fox Pan is also running about 20K. He just hasn't been playing any ranked games. He played one last night against an actual 25K, and oh, it was brutal. Okay, let's just check it out real quick. All right, so that was a joke. People in chat were like, "Hey, you need to play Tengen," and he will always do that if you say that. So there it is. All right, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Approaching is okay. In general, I think usually it's suggested that we approach 3/4s before 4/4s, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Shark Fox Panda really likes this move. I think this is like we should start calling this the Tenko Shark Joseki. It's not Joseki that I know. Maybe it's fine. Um, I don't know a specific weakness, but just for the record, more typically we would see this or this. Those are really common moves there. Both of those still leave the 3/3 open for some shenanigans. But okay, did that one. And then this is an interesting choice by White. So in this one, let's say, White will usually do some kind of like a 3-space extension, right? When we have a 2-high wall, we make a 3-space extension. If we have a 3-high wall, then we make a 4-space extension, right? Stuff like that. Let's see, you guess the idea is that after White extends, you can, yeah, try to push him down. Yeah, right. He never does that. But it's interesting, right? So this is typical, and so then to see this one, which I would say applies a little bit more pressure to these two stones. White decides not to extend, um, which I don't know makes some kind of pincer or something here later feel more severe. But whatever. White does this. This is also kind of a strange extension. I mean, it's not awful, but usually we would do a knight's move. This is a long knight's move, which has its own strengths and weaknesses. I just kind of want to mention like the things that I see that are a little unusual um, to me, to my eyes, just because sometimes that's helpful advice, right? Sometimes it's nice to know what is standard, what's not. Okay, this also feels a little bit strange to me. It does now protect the 3/3, and maybe it builds some influence over here, so maybe it's good, but it's kind of a weird one. Bad Feng Shui said, with walls and extensions, does it matter where the extension is? A 2-high wall has got 2 spots that are 3 spaces away and one. Oh, you're saying like, should you do it high or low, third line or fourth line? It does make a difference. There are two different things, but so like here, if White's going to do that extension, +4. You join the tourney. Your rank is low now, so you're sandbagging. Yeah, nice. Oh, by the way, I made the tournament just single elimination this time. So let me pop the link in chat real quick for anyone who might be interested. It's also in the Discord. I'm sure y'all saw. Oh shit, there's Triple Gote. Yeah, low for territory, high for influence. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Triple Gote. It'll go even quicker this time around for me. Yeah. And so like for me, I like the fourth line extension here because there's this third line stone over here. This is far enough away that these are like barely related to each other, but it just feels more active, more interesting to me than a third line extension. This feels very flat. I don't like it. All right. Okay, so White not only stays third line but does a 2-space extension, and this happens again later. So this is just a little bit crowded, but it's also strong. I mean, it's fine. It's a little bit over concentrated, I would say, but it is strong. So whatever. Okay, we take this enclosure. That's nice. I like that. Okay, white approaches. It's a little bit close to this Shamari. I would say so. Shamari is very strong in the corner. So sometimes when you approach a Shamari, you just like attach to it. Right? You just like blap, because when you attach to a stone, you tend to make it stronger. Since this Shamari is strong already, maybe you just attach to it. But okay, we do that. And black plays a pretty interesting move, I would say. I would expect something more, I guess, like this, or maybe this. The idea being black has some influence here, maybe some thickness here, I guess we could say. So maybe black threatens to build some strength here. Black already has strength here, and now this white stone has to run. And so, if we imagine something like this, black can be really happy about that. Triple Gote says J17 looks nice for white because of Mii extensions. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's another thing to consider. If white wants to hop in, if black attacks this way, white can make a nice base, 2-space extension. If black attacks this way, same thing. Nice little 2-space extension on the third line. It's just a nice way to settle your group. Okay. And so yeah, again, this 2-space extension, although maybe it's a little bit more reasonable here because, I mean, there's these 2 stones butted up against each other. A lot of times we might even consider just directly Haneing, just out of principle, right? Hane at the head of 2, but okay, make a base and 2 spaces, sure. Okay, but now black gets this Hane, and it's pretty severe. I remember they were looking at this cut, and it's so fun, like listening to the discussion, because the things that they say as they're reading. Hey, what's up, Exalted Toast? Maybe. Oh yeah, could be. It's interesting. Yeah, in general, like we just consider like you want some high stones, like 4th line stones, some low stones, 3rd line stones. Oh yeah, cool. Well, that's a good place to learn. Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. It's reasonable. But anyway, so I think what y'all read out when you were talking about the game was like something like this, but that doesn't work, right? Because this is Atari. So if white runs, then these will die. Okay, just to point that out. Okay, so white makes a little extension here. I don't hate it, So black is building this large corner over here, right? And if it gets an extension, this could be really, really big. And so white is kind of digging underneath it in principle. It's fine. Okay. Okay. Do some shenanigans over here. Okay. I would still prefer enclosing the 3-4 instead of another extension on the 4-4, but it's fine. Okay, black hops in. Okay, so this just feels. I mean, it's interesting, right? Like you're pretty well securing corner inside territory. Like it's very difficult for black to steal a lot of this territory, but it doesn't feel very active to me. I don't know. Okay. Take that. Okay. Yeah, so this is something that we should start getting used to, right? This is one of those things that you can like read really quick. So we talk about that 3rd line Atari all the time. I mean that 2nd line Atari all the time. On the 3rd line, this stone is dead as long as white can push it toward a strong side. So like these 2 stones are strong. So when black runs, white can push from this side and we'll be able to win the capture race there. White instead pushes from this side. It's fine. This is obviously strong too, but I worry about pushing from this side for some reason. There feels like there could be antics here. Okay, so black just jumps on in. I'm here for it. That's fine. Oh, I think this was Exalted Toast was like. I think Exalted Toast, you were giving Shark Fox some advice, and you're like, hey, if I were you, I think I would try to cut that long Knights move. And so then Black's like, yeah, I should cut that long Knights move. And okay, technically this cuts it, but it ends up just fixing White's shape, right? White is just better off now and has these 2 stones. So that was a little mean. I don't think we need this. Maybe, though. I guess that's probably a good idea. Because without that, maybe there's some antics in the corner that black can get up to, sacrificing those. So, okay, fine. So now the top of the board makes you uncomfortable for 120 turns. What specifically makes you uncomfortable, Fire Scourge? I'm curious. Okay, sure. It's fine. Try to kind of look for big things here. Okay. Yeah, so again, right, this just feels kind of flat and boring. At least consider the fourth line, right? Get yourself a little bit more volume going there. And, you know, also having that fourth line would have helped. I remember later in the game the center gets big and you start worrying about how to reduce it. G18 has you worried? Oh, is this a problem? I'm not sure I see the problem. Okay. I would say these is just uncomfortable. Okay, yeah, fair enough. And especially when we're watching 220 Qs play, right? Like anything could happen. This was such a fun game to watch, by the way. All right, so these last two moves both feel a little bit slow to me. Okay, white is expanding the corner a little bit, which is nice, and you know, building some strength here. That's nice. Black is sort of on a rescue mission for these stones, it looks like. And maybe sort of vaguely building some strength in the center. Okay. Good. We talk about this, like, should you save the one stone or not? And in this case, it's big to save that one stone because if black kills it, then these two are alive, assuming that the whole thing lives. So sure, save it. And then you keep that cut off. Cool. I don't know about this exchange, right? I'm not sure like what black is really gaining from this exchange, but I can tell you that black is losing something, right? So right now, black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liberties. Now black has 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties. So actually, that further puts this little group into danger. And what did you get in return for it? Fixed white shape a little bit? You know, not a great trade. Not a great trade. What do y'all think about this music? Let me know. Okay, so I'm trying out the soundtrack for the first time. If you're watching the VOD, you're not going to hear the music because that's how Twitch soundtrack works. It doesn't record on the VOD. But it's here in the live stream. We're chilling. Oh, that feels so painful, right? This just feels kind of slow. So imagine instead, right, if your original extension had been like on the fourth line, and then maybe you do something like this, right? This feels so much more active. You're threatening to reduce black and you're building. Something like that feels a lot better, I think. Okay, so black lives over here. This just feels over-concentrated, right? We've got a lot of stones over here that aren't doing a whole lot. I mean, they're strong. That's nice. But it feels like maybe this is a bigger part of the board to me. Oops. Oops. What did we do? Shoot. Sorry about that. Doop. Okay. Oh yeah, there's the X-Wing. Yeah, it's just so many stones and not actually doing that much, right? And as you start spreading those out, it starts making some of these stones feel silly, right? Like, why is this stone, you know, and this stone, why are they even there? You know, you could pretty much get the same thing done with those. I guess there's sort of invasion protection, but why do I keep doing that? Gotta quit doing that. Get me back to the X-Wing. Okay. Not sure how I feel about the Atari, just because it leaves a weakness. Maybe white could instead choose this, but that kills that. Maybe not. Maybe the Atari is necessary. Okay. Oh yeah, this is so funny too. Oh, I really enjoyed this. Okay, so they start playing this out, And Exalted Toast on mic is like, "Oh no, the ladder," and he's saying it like tongue in cheek because he sees he can kill these at any time. And then Shark Fox Panda starts letting his mouse wander over here, and he goes, "Hold on, ah." So yeah, the ladder does work if black plays this first. So yeah, probably from here, white should just take. That's fine. If also just as a note, if black threatens here, don't respond. Right? There's no reason to. If you go and do something else, if black takes that, it's a point, 2 points, I guess. It's fine, no big deal. All right, so anyway, that was pretty funny. So now that these are dead, that means that these are alive, and we have to treat this as a live invasion into our territory. Uncomfortable. Okay, it's fine. So white does some reduction stuff over here. This should die, right? But black needs to save this stone. And then these two are left to wander in this desert of black stones. Lo-fi hip-hop beats to play Go and play stones too, yeah. Okay, so yeah, when black continues to follow over here, white has the opportunity to cut this off. And now basically the same thing that happened over here, right? These ones that could have been cut off are suddenly alive because one of the stones cutting them off is going to die. Oh, wait, can you go back to why we're not responding to black on P4? Yeah, sure. So like here. Yeah, if black threatens to kill O4, you just don't care because it's I mean, that's like a couple points. It is not worth playing right now. There are so many bigger things you can do on the board. Let's say you want to, I don't know, just as an example, jump into black's Moyo, or do something over here, or you could even do some end game that would be more worth it than saving that one stone. That one stone's just not worth anything. Okay. So then this sneaky little snake gets to weasel through here. Feels good. Okay, don't do this, all right? And we gotta get to the tournament here pretty soon, but stop it. Exalted Toast, stop it. Tanko Shark, if you watch this, stop it. So on mic, I cannot believe my ears. On mic, I heard Exalted Toast say, "Let me fix this because otherwise I might forget." There's a little snake of stones here, and if black does eventually play here, or let's say white decides later to do some endgame, it gets Atari'd. And white may very well forget, right? White might play somewhere else and lose those stones. I suspect that by doing this, Exalted Toast, you will raise your rank, right? If forgetting things like that is something that's happening a lot in your games, then by fixing it a move early, you'll probably improve your rank because you won't lose big groups like that as often. But it's not real. You're not really improving your rank. Okay, you're playing worse Go. I think you should recognize I don't need to fix this right now. I'm going to do other things on the board. And you just got to remember. You just got to work on remembering to fix it. Because eventually your game will get to the point where you do remember. And feeling the pain of forgetting will help you remember. Okay? You don't really feel the pain if you just fix it now. It's it's a pass basically, right? It's like you clicked pass in the game, and that pain is not as sharp. Yeah, exactly. You're giving your opponent free points. Yeah. Okay, cool. So then we just do a couple things. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else in particular. Oh, this. Oh, gosh. This is so funny. Okay, so white Ataris, and black says, no, I want to fight the Ko. So white says, okay, let's fight the Ko. This Ko is meaningless. There's nothing important about this Ko. The life and death of the group over here does not hang on the Ko. Both black groups are fine. This white does separate black, but black's alive on both sides. So this Ko doesn't matter. It's just like a point. And so black plays a real ko threat, and white says, it's not big enough. I'm filling the ko. And this actually, so white gets like a point by filling that ko. Black gets many points by reducing this corner a lot. So this was a really good trade for black. Okay, then we're just doing some endgame reduction stuff. White got to cut off black here, so that's nice. Oh, and then one thing else I wanted to show at the end. Okay, so white tries this sort of desperate invasion, because why not? You know, whatever. And it's handled fine, right? Okay, so at this point, black is alive. But I was like, I was saying in chat, try T19, try T19. And so the game ended here, but I asked Tanko Shark, I said, okay, what if white played here? What would you? And he's like, oh, I'd just play T18. That's why I said try it. Bum! The snapback can be devastating. So if white T19 here, is that music louder? Can y'all still hear me all right? It feels a little loud in my ears. Y'all let me know. Anyway, the right response is this one. All right, so now it's fine. Sounds fine to you? Okay, cool. Just a little loud in my ears. Okay, so anyway, that's just the trap. It's kind of a silly one. All right, let's get to the weekly 9